The Great Pyramid of Giza stands as a testament to ancient engineering, composed of over 2 million stone blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons. For centuries, the method of its construction was shrouded in myth, yet modern archaeological physics and experimental archaeology have finally provided a cohesive scientific explanation for this feat. The foundation: precision engineering. Before a single stone was laid, the Egyptians achieved a level of leveling precision that rivals modern construction. To create a perfectly flat base, engineers likely utilized a grid of water-filled trenches. By marking the water level against the trench walls, they could ensure the entire 13-acre footprint was level to within a few centimeters. Orientation was equally rigorous. The Great Pyramid is aligned to true north with an accuracy of 3/60ths of a degree. This was not achieved by a compass, which did not exist, but through the observation of circumpolar stars. By bisecting the angle between the rising and setting positions of a star, they established a perfect north-south meridian. The quarry and the physics of friction. Most of the limestone was sourced from local quarries just south of the construction site. However, the massive granite beams for the King's Chamber traveled over 800 kilometers from Aswan. The movement of these stones was a challenge of overcoming friction. Contrary to the popular image of slaves struggling against dry sand, a wall painting from the tomb of Jehudi-Hotep reveals a critical scientific detail: a worker pouring water onto the sand in front of a sledge. Modern fluid dynamics explains why this was essential. Wetting the sand in the correct proportions increases its stiffness, reducing the pulling force required by nearly 50%. This prevented sand from piling up in front of the sledge, effectively turning the desert into a solid trackway. The geometry of the ramp. The most debated aspect of pyramid construction is the ramp system. While a single straight ramp would need to be over a kilometer long to reach the summit, archaeological evidence at sites like Hatnub and Giza suggests a more sophisticated approach. The likely solution was a combination of internal and external ramps. A zigzagging or spiraling external ramp allowed workers to reach the lower two-thirds of the structure where the bulk of the volume is located. For the final stages, evidence suggests the use of internal tunnels and counterweight systems. In 2017, the Scan Pyramids project used muography, a technique that detects subatomic particles called muons, to X-ray the Great Pyramid. They discovered a massive, big void and a corridor-like structure. These spaces likely served as internal transport galleries or were used to house counterweight mechanisms to hoist the heaviest granite blocks vertically. The workforce and logistics. Scientific analysis of the workers' village at Giza has debunked the myth of slave labor. Osteological exams of the skeletons found there show that the builders were skilled Egyptian laborers who received high-quality medical care, including successfully healed bone fractures. Isotope analysis of animal remains indicates that the workers were fed a diet rich in cattle, sheep, and goats, requiring a massive logistical network to provide thousands of calories daily. This was a state-managed project that utilized the Nile's annual flood cycle when farmers could not work their fields to provide the necessary manpower. The casing and the capstone. The final step was the application of Tura limestone casing stones. These were polished until they shone like mirrors, reflecting the sun's rays. The stones were cut with such precision that the joints are nearly invisible to the naked eye. To place the pyramidion or capstone at the very peak, engineers likely used a system of pulleys or a specialized levering platform. Construction of the pyramids was not a result of lost technology or extraterrestrial intervention. It was the result of a profound understanding of geometry, the clever application of friction-reducing fluids, and a massive, well-fed organizational machine. It is a masterpiece of human logic and physical law.